Hey guys, today on Sports Corner we see how the boys and girls basketball teams are doing this year. I'm Tanner Moses and you're watching Sports Corner. Today we have Keon McGowan interviewing with Nia Stewart and Coach Wes Shapley to see how the girls basketball team is doing so far.
How many games have y'all won this season and how many games have y'all lost?
We've won 7 games and we lost 1.
What team was the toughest battle and how did y'all prepare for it during practice?
For me, Greenfield was our toughest team because we were in a different environment, and so we've never been up there before, and yeah.
Is it the same for you?
I'd probably say for us, on my side, it's probably Houston. They're probably the best team that we've played. You know, they've got a really talented group of guards. You know, they were in the state championship game last year and pretty much returned all those same players back. You know, they do things really well. So getting our kids, you know, prepared to play them and, you know, believing that they can beat a team like that, which, you know, I think they do, but, you know, getting them to actually overcome that and, you know, get a victory there is pretty tough.
Do y'all scout teams you're about to play, like watch film and stuff?
Yeah, we scout. We have a scout report Coach makes out for us, and we have things on each of the players and what they do well and what they don't do well and how we should guard them, either close out long or let them drive.
Yeah. Yeah, we try to prepare a scouting report, you know, for every game. Some teams it's harder than others because, quite frankly, some teams just aren't very good and there's not a whole lot of material to scout. But we even then we try to, you know, put some kind of plan together for our kids so that they can have like a sense of, you know, this is what we've got to execute in order to have a chance to win. You know, so we try to find something for every game, you know, scout-wise.
Gotcha. How do you guys get better as a team?
I feel like we get better as a team by going in and practicing hard every day, just forming a bond together. We just have to be able to execute our plays and our defense and talking on defense, one of our main things. I think if we just continue practicing hard, we'll get better.
One way we get better, we practice on game days, like we're going to today. Nia's not very happy about that.
And who do y'all play today?
We play White Station.
White Station.
Okay, are they good? Like, are they any good? Y'all know?
They're not
I
bad.
haven't seen them this year. So.
Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, they play hard. You know, they're athletic. You know, good basketball is always going on at White Station. So, you know, it's not a night off, that's for sure.
Who are the leaders on your team?
Lanice Williams, Carly Bates, and myself.
Yeah, those are the captains. You know, this is the first year that we've really had a lot of upperclassmen. You know, the last couple of years we've had a little bit, but not much. So this year we finally, you know, what was our young group is now our upperclassmen group, and so we've got a lot of good leaders in there. You know, we try to tell our seniors, hey, you know, regardless of whether you're a captain or not, you've got to be a leader, and you've got to, you know, really kind of lead especially the younger kids. You know, set good examples by working hard and doing what you're supposed to do and listening and knowing what's going on. You know, but like she said, Carly, Nia, and Lanice are our team captains, and you know they all do a great job providing leadership both vocally and by example.
That's good. What new players have made a big contribution on the team?
For me, our freshmen have made a big contribution on our team because they provide like a sub, you know, we need a break, or just give them extra minutes to be in there because they know how to handle the ball, block shots, play defense, offense too.
Is it the same for you?
Yeah, the freshmen have been really, really good. We've got a really good group of freshmen. Like she said, they can kind of come in and, you know, even if it's for a minute or two for the older kids that may need a sub, whatever it may be. You know, even in cases where we may need somebody to make a shot or going to come in and make a play or, you know, help get a stop defensively. You know, we've got some kids that we can kind of put in those positions. I'd also say Carmen and Charmin Taylor, they're sophomores. You know, they played a little bit last year as freshmen, kind of were broken into the process and, you know, got their feel of varsity basketball a little bit last year. But this year they've kind of really stepped in and really contributed and helped, you know, our older group. You know, really they're doing a really good job.
Gotcha. How does your schedule get you ready for state this year?
Well, we always have a pretty tough schedule, but I think by the year our schedule gets tougher and tougher because last year we only played 2 state contenders. I don't know how many possible state contenders we're going to play this year. And plus this year was going to Myrtle Beach for a week. So that's an invite only. So I think it's going to be pretty tough teams up there too.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to play the toughest people we can play, period. You know, we want to play the best. We want to beat the best because we want to be the best, you know, and we want to be ready for the state tournament. We want to be prepared to win a state championship, which is our goal. You know, like she said, we're going to Myrtle Beach. You know, 4 of the top 25 teams, according to Max Preps, are going to be at that tournament. Yeah, your eyes got real big there. I don't think I've told y'all that.
No.
But if you look at the top 25 rankings, you know, we're going to play anywhere from 5 to 8 of those teams, you know, this year that are in that ranking at some point. You know, and it's important for us to be able to play those games because it kind of gives us a sense of where we are, you know, and what we're doing and what we need to do better. But it also kind of gives us, you know, a sense of, hey, we belong here. You know, hey, we can compete at this level. You know, and anytime you have that confidence to know that you can compete at a high level, it helps. You know, and I wouldn't put our kids in that position if I didn't think that we were capable of, you know, playing in those games and competing in those games. But, I mean, even winning those games, you know, we feel like we've got a chance to win anytime we step on the floor, regardless of who it's with. You know, so, you know, my job as a coach is to schedule the hardest games we can play. You know, and so far we're 7-1, and we've played, you know, 4 teams from out of the Memphis area. You know, 3 teams have been from out of state. You know, and we've won all those games from outside the area. So we're showing, you know, that we can compete on a regional and national level. You know, beating some of the top teams from Arkansas and Alabama, as well as the Greenfield team she spoke of earlier. You know, they were a state champion last year here in the state of Tennessee for the single A, and returned their 2 top players. So, you know, the schedule is where we really find out kind of what we're made of and, you know, what kind of team we've got.
All right. Are you playing any state contenders from last year?
Yes. I know Houston is a state contender. Do we play Bearden or Bradley?
No, not. We played Bradley, so they were in the state.
Yeah, we actually play them this weekend.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're going to Chattanooga and playing Bradley Central. They lost in the state semifinals last year in AAA. Greenfield, you know, they were single A state champion. Hewitt Trustful out of Birmingham, Alabama, they were in the Elite 8 in their state in their whatever class they're in Alabama. North Little Rock, we played them over Thanksgiving and, you know, beat them. They're a real good team. They won the 7A state championship in Arkansas last year. Hamilton Heights, they're a prep school, so they're not really in the state association, but they were runner-up in the Geico National Championship last year. So I mean, they're more of on a national level. So we'll play them. Hoover, Alabama, we play them in January. They were a state champion last year as well, or a state contender. I don't know if they won the championship or not, but you know, yeah, quite a few teams that were state tournament teams. You know, we're playing.
Individually, how do you prepare for the game? Like you and
For me, I just have to get in extra time in the gym, like whether it's shooting or going off screens, or just simple stuff like working on free throws, making layups, just getting in the gym by myself sometimes, to work on my game as an individual so I could contribute to the team when I get out on the floor.
I mean, me personally, I don't play, so I don't prepare to play, but, for my preparation is, the days before, in the gym with them, trying to get them, to do what they need to do to practice to get better, watching game film, knowing what to expect. A lot of times, when I watch game film, I may not even share everything that I see with them because, it may not be a big deal for them, but for me, I want to be, if a team is going to do something maybe defensively, I kind of want to know it's coming so I can kind of have a plan like, hey, if they do this, we're going to do this. Some different things like that. I try to do my preparation days before the game as opposed to on game day. I'm a believer, come game day, it is what it is. We're going to go out there and we're going to play. And what we know, and what we don't, oh well.
Or we practice right before the game, like
Yeah,
we're going to do today.
Yeah, go practice something before the game.
How close do you think the team is on and off the court?
Well, I have a better insight than he is because the girls and I are more together off and on the court. We have a great bond because with all the leaders we have this year, we know what to do and what we shouldn't do. So we're kind of leading and guiding the freshmen and sophomores. And we don't argue a lot. Nope, we all get along and we just try to take that on the court.
From my perspective, for the most part, it looks like the girls are pretty tight, Sometimes we got to kind of remind them, hey, you got to be a little bit more lenient to the young kids, or hey, got to do a little bit better, being inclusive with the full group. But, for the most part, I think, we've got a pretty good group, and that comes from leadership. We have great leaders on our team, and they do a great job, doing that. So.
All right, fellas.
Yes. Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Anyone can fall victim to moving fraud. Know your rights and responsibilities.
We had really signed off on a price, and that was about it.
Without a signed written estimate, movers may try to charge more.
They were charging us now $2,000 instead of the agreed upon $900.
And may hold your items hostage until you pay.
Not only had they roughly handled or mishandled, it seemed like they had purposely destroyed things.
Visit protectyourmove.gov to download a free moving fraud prevention guide. Search for registered movers and view their complaint histories. Move with confidence.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah. 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Thanks, Keelan. Now we have Bryce with an interview with Keegan Thomas to see how the boys basketball team is doing this year.
Do y'all take any out-of-town trips this year?
Yes, actually we already took one. We went to Martin in Thanksgiving Tournament Classic, and we have a Christmas Classic in Centralia, Illinois. It's a pretty big tournament. We play like 3 or 4 games, and it's really a lot of fun. It's really a big bonding moment for the team, really, because we're going to be out of town for like a week, and everybody really enjoys it, and we usually go pretty far in it or win.
Do you guys play any state contenders from last year?
Bartlett, I believe, would be a state contender this year. They had a pretty far chance last year. They played Whitehaven, and they lost by 2. I was at that game. But I believe they have a chance to win state, And if we beat them, it can show that we're not a sorry team and that we're able to play against them.
What younger players have stepped up and gotten a lot of time on the court?
I would say Philip Dotson. He stepped up a lot, and he's played very well for us, helped handle the ball against pressure, and really be a good teammate and somebody I enjoy talking to as well.
Being a smaller team, how has your offense changed?
We have more pick and roll oriented offense and a lot more dribble handoffs instead of feeding the post as we usually would. And we just try to work on three-point shooting because we can't get into the paint as much as we usually would years ago when we had taller players.
What is your record right now?
I believe it's 2-6 right now. We had a pretty shaky start. We're looking to bounce back and start getting some good wins. We have a game Friday against Germantown, and I'll try to start right there and get a win, help us come back.
How close is your team on and off the court?
We're all pretty close. Most of us know each other or live in the area. Coming from a different school my sophomore year, I didn't know anybody, so the basketball team were the first people I knew. And knowing them, it helped me be able to know more people, and I would say we're all very close.
As a team, as a whole, how does your team prepare for a game?
We go over the plays before every game, all different types of situations. Our press break offense, our regular offense, and inbounds plays. And then we also shoot for 30 to 45 minutes before the game during athletic study hall. It's a period where all the basketball players are in.
Do you ever feel pressure to carry the team to victory?
Yeah, it's a little pressure trying to help the team win, especially when you're 2-6 right now and you're not really winning. But you gotta ignore that and try to focus on winning games and just work on helping the new guys so that we can all play together and be a great team.
Who are the starting five on your team?
The starting five that started most of the games this season has been Jace Lockhart, Philip Dotson, me, myself, Rhodes Carson, and Jake Price. That's who started majority of the games this year.
Out of those starting five, who's the best three-point shooter?
Philip's leading the team with the most threes made and the best percentage so far. So I guess you could say he's the best three-point shooter on the team.
How many points does he have as a whole?
I wouldn't really be able to tell you that, but I'm pretty sure our coach would know because he keeps up all the analytics and stuff. But I know it's got to be a pretty good number because he's been hitting a lot of threes. So that's real good for the team.
How many points do you have in total?
In total, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I believe I'm averaging somewhere around 10, 11 points a game.
That's really good.
That's about what I have right now.
Thanks, Bryce. Well, that's all we have here today, guys. I'm Tanner Moses, and this is Sports Corner.